What's up, everybody? Welcome back to A's Ada. A stands for me, myself, Amori, and Ada basically means informal conversation. So that's how we got here. I'm here with a lovely guest, my brother, Mr. Luca. Welcome, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
About time. I want to say I've got it in capital letters right here. I have to detail why the episode got delayed. Basically, we recorded about 3 months ago. Same studio, same everything as well. Only kind of thing as to why I didn't put it out is because I didn't think... I thought it was pretty low par, subpar for what I could have done.
Yeah.
So here we are trying to not recreate that, and we won't. But I just thought it was better to delay than to put something out that I didn't really have full faith in, you know, being like a good representation of what I want to do.
There you go. There's complete honesty from A's Ada. Like, you could have made some bullshit. Oh, the audio corrupted. No.
No.
It was just shit, guy.
It was just
shit.
And that's on my part. I feel like I'm a better host now than I was 3 months ago. Bro, I've always told you it's not your fault. Either way, though, welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I always told you I was going to do it, and here we are.
Here we are.
Nice, quiet clap. Look, I want to get straight into just everything about the process and the journey. So, great topic, right?
That's one of my favourite words, journey. I love the word
Why is
journey.
it your favourite word? Oh, one of your favourites.
It's symbolic of so much happiness comes from the journey. It's so cringy, so cliche, but it's so true. Honestly, like, you see all the big rappers, the big stars, they come up, they always romanticize the journey.
Yeah.
And you can romanticize the journey if you know you're going to get there in the end. Do you know what I mean? Because then it's a journey and it's not you just walking aimlessly. So,
do you think, as in they know where the end is? So do you think you know where your end is? That's a crazy thing to say.
It's a crazy thing to say. Let's start shallow.
Fuck that.
Really? We're getting
Let's
straight
have
in.
a conversation.
Okay.
Do you think you know where you...
Yes.
Okay, do you think you know where you're going to end up in a sense?
100%.
Okay. But what you may not know is just the steps. Every step to there.
So I'm just enjoying the process as it comes.
So so it is a journey. You know your destination, you just don't know every connecting flight.
What's the fun part about a movie?
Well, everything in the middle, innit? Realistically. What do you think? The ending?
There you go. No, not the ending.
I don't think the ending's the most.
What's the ending without the journey?
Well, yeah, exactly. You need the plot, you need the problem.
Yeah,
what did you say? The beginning?
Beginning, problem, resolution, end. It's the basics.
See, guys, here we have actually
it's
the
a
professional actor.
It's the basics of any good scene. There needs to be a problem. You need to face harsh adversities in your journey. Otherwise, nothing is valued that comes easy. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, exactly.
Imagine your journey was
fucking
3
2
months.
seconds.
3
Yeah,
months.
they'd be boring as hell.
Fuck.
But it's mad to think, like, obviously, people complete the journey. Actually, nah, let me take that back. I was going to say people complete the journey, and then at the end, they're bored. But, like,
no,
I don't want to be. I feel like that mold can be broken. Because I'm sure there's people, you know what I'm saying, you might be viewing, you might be thinking, give me like a random goal. I want to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
10 million. I want 10 million pound in my account.
That's an awful one, isn't it? Because money's an infinite thing.
He makes a valid point.
Because you get to 10 mil, you want 100 mil. But
let's say that was their base goal. First of all,
Yeah.
I'm sure that if we looked at it, let's say in 5 years we got this 10 million, we'd probably be very fucking aimless.
That's the thing.
So that's what I'm saying. Is the journey always like? It depends what your journey is, right?
We've talked about gold medal syndrome before, haven't we?
Yes.
So for the viewers at home, gold medal syndrome is...
What's that knowledge?
This is a proven study. So psychologists measured the happiness through various different, what do you call them? Not quizzes. What's the
Studies.
word? Studies, yeah, whatever you want to call it. So they measured the happiness of Olympic athletes before and after they'd won the gold medal, and the overwhelming majority were less happy after winning the gold medal. It doesn't make sense. Why would they be more happy?
Luke, I have no idea. Why don't you tell me?
Well, that's why we're here. That's why we're here today. To
exactly.
Uncover some of them truths.
Exactly. Or try to at least.
Like
I said, we do not have the answers, but we're just looking for them. Yeah. But like, give a little explanation. Why do you think they're unhappy? I know why I think they're unhappy.
Well, if you place happiness in the future on a very specific goal, i.e. a gold medal, you're not going to be happy. Well, you're going to be happy when you get it, obviously happy for a certain period of time. But once that's gone, then what?
Okay.
Then what? You've got it. It's like For the Xbox players at home, it's like getting GTA, getting all the money, buying all the cars he had, his Lambos, whatever.
Yeah.
You're bored at the end.
You've created the game. Yeah.
Happiness comes through struggle, perseverance, overcoming objectives through the journey. Which is what a lot Jordan Peterson talks about, the line between order and chaos.
Is that one of his books? Or is it between...
He talks a lot.
Beyond Order. That's what the book's called, isn't
Order,
it?
but
I need to get his book.
His whole thing.
You got blessed to see him as well. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh man.
For those who don't know, Jordan Peterson is a world-renowned clinical psychologist.
Exactly. That,
Canadian native.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Can't put into words how insightful and introspective introspective as in, and he also makes he purposely instills that introspectiveness into you.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the best part because self-awareness is key.
Oh.
We're going to be seeing a lot of cliches, guys, but we're going to try and
So
make
what,
this, you know
what
what
we're doing today with Jordan Peterson, well, not no, I'm not calling you I mean, because some of the shit
for dummies, you know them books that say
yeah.
cooking for dummies.
Bro,
yeah.
I need that because some of the shit he says is so convoluted. Like I don't understand half of it.
You think people here know what convoluted means? I'm joking. They probably
you're just slating your audience.
No, it's true though. He speaks in a very high level.
Yes.
Very very technical terms.
Complex lexicon.
Yes. Complex language and linguistics in Mexican.
Yes. A-level language, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you did it, right? English language, yeah?
Yes, sir.
What can I say?
Just waffle.
That being said, though, I want to talk about... I still want to stay on the journey for a bit.
Okay.
So, obviously, we're talking about... People will set goals in their lives, right? So, we've spoken about... what am I saying? Like, having a specific goal, i.e. the gold medal. If you want to win the gold medal in the long jump, in the Olympics, you will likely be unhappy fairly soon after you've attained that.
If you place all your happiness.
If you place all your happiness on that, yeah.
If you enjoy the journey, the added goal is just a bonus, isn't it?
But that's different though, because then their goal surely is to enjoy the process.
Yes, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So, with that being said, do you think people set their goals wrong?
We all do. We all do. Like it's human nature, isn't it?
So it's okay.
The brain's job is to chase dopamine.
Yes.
That's one of the main priorities of the brain.
Uh-huh.
And in that, that's why small little boosts of pleasure, e.g. drinking or like sex or like drugs or whatever, are so attractive because it's just a short boost of dopamine. So we're wired not to
delay gratification.
Delay gratification and do it in the right way. But once you do it, it's like such a more constant, grounded level of happiness. And
you're talking about the base level and having
So like a sine wave would be if you're just chasing happiness. Like
oh my god, that's I forgot about maths. Yeah,
yeah.
That's crazy.
If you're to be more grateful and sort of reshift your mind, which I don't know, I'm gonna try as best I can to put that into words. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but into how I've done it.
We can compare experiences.
It looks a bit more like that.
Okay.
A little bit more like that. But obviously, life, shit happens, great shit happens, bad shit happens.
Bad shit happens, yeah. How do you think your mindset's adapted then?
It's a great question.
Thank you. That's why I'm hearing it.
How's my mind? In terms of how I deal with gratitude or...
How you view, not gratitude, in terms of like, how is your mindset changed on like, obviously there's things you got to do every single day to make X or Y happen for yourself.
All right.
So... do you think now you've focused a lot more on just doing things, like getting things done rather than putting them off?
Yeah.
Like less procrastination, more doing it, even though gratification will be delayed because you doing a workout right now, for example, isn't going to get you a six-pack instantaneously.
True.
So do you think that's where you're going now?
Okay, so to answer your question, the biggest thing that's changed about my mindset is how I deal with negativity.
Okay.
So... I was quite an anxious kid.
Okay.
I hated change. I hated, anything that was out of my control.
Okay.
I hated failure. I was so scared of failure. Always trying to like chase the park. And now I have zero fear of failure.
Okay. Good.
It's that's a huge thing to say, and that's such.
Yeah. How do you know actually?
How do I know? Because
there's something you just know in your heart, realistically, sometimes. But
I see it as opportunities to learn. Like another shit cliche, isn't it? But
I mean, an L is an L, but it is an opportunity to learn. That's what I would say.
I don't know. I've just always started trying to take the positives from bad situations.
Okay.
But obviously that only works to a certain extent.
Yeah, because when shit is shit.
Champagne problems that works with, but really shit things, it's more difficult in the moment. But with that said, you know, each curse has its blessing, even if it's a huge one.
That's a bar.
Listen, Drake, hit me up.
Quick TT versus.
It's just how I've dealt with that, and I think once you surrender to change, once you surrender to failure, once you surrender to anxiety, stop trying to fight it and embrace it and look for it.
Change.
Not change all the things I've listed.
Oh, the anxiety, the change. Oh, okay,
anxiety,
yeah.
failure.
Yeah.
Change as well. Once you embrace it and go forward into it, one of the best quotes I ever heard was, "Do not run from anxiety, embrace it and go forward into it." And once I started doing that, the boogeyman's gone.
Yeah, the boogeyman.
The boogeyman's gone, because in your brain, it has a really good habit of trying to protect yourself and make situations.
Yeah, survival instinct, isn't it?
Yeah. Make situations way worse than they have to be and catastrophize. And once you go into that and embrace it, it's hard.
Well, but then you end. I think what we're gonna say is you end up realizing, what the hell was I scared of?
Yeah.
Or like, why am I worrying about this when this has been the outcome? This outcome is not so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And seek it, because you can't fight it.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to take, what do you say? Take risks and prosper. Trap. Obviously not the crime. But like,
that's your
please
thing.
don't trap.
That's your thing.
But no, we're not putting that out there, bro. Not on mass media.
Right, okay.
Just do it quietly. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if you take risks, you end up prospering. Obviously, you get it now. What?
That's it. Risks. Take risks.
Whatever the risk might be.
Yes, take risks.
Even this is a risk. But obviously, like for a lot of people, it's easier to say embrace it than do it. Than to actually, sorry, it's easier to say, easier said than done.
Yeah, of course.
So how would you advise somebody to embrace it? Because there are people who are more anxious than us.
Yeah.
I personally, if I'm giving advice, I don't know if you'll agree, is put a lot of effort into just, using system 2. Like, don't, actually think for a second, control your breathing and think for a second about why you are so worried about this. And then, based off that, you can kind of figure out, one, if it's worth doing or not, which, if you're worried about doing something, it probably is the right thing to do, realistically.
Yeah.
More time at least anyway.
Yeah.
Or
unless it's drugs.
Yeah, obviously. Or if you're exaggerating the outcome. Like, if it's worth it and if you're exaggerating it, if you find out if it's worth it and you're not exaggerating it logically, then fucking go for it.
Yeah.
But that's my advice. What advice would you give to somebody to embrace?
To embrace anxiety.
And maybe even change, because change can bring about anxious feelings. Mad question. I just thought of it. Yeah.
I think it's a great question, because what I want from people from this podcast to take something away from it.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That's literally my whole aim, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
I love that. The best advice that I could give that I did was, firstly, exactly what you said. Uncover why. You have to question yourself and question these things, because if you don't question it, it's a reaction, isn't it? If you don't question a reaction, it'll keep happening. Question why. Why do you feel anxious that X, Y, Z has come over and said this? Oh, because I feel X, Y, Z about myself, or I've experienced this emotion. Once you've uncovered that, you understand. Half of it is understanding why, because we don't understand why we feel anxious at a deeper subconscious level.
Yeah.
So once you've uncovered the underlying reasons, because there will be an underlying reason, everything is action reaction. You don't feel anxious for no reason. So that's half of it, understanding why. Then taking into action the underlying reason, working on the underlying reason.
Or shifting the mindset about that.
Yeah, because that's what's causing it. So for me, I used to get anxious at parties and stuff.
Okay.
Like a social anxiety, and it used to be, I did exactly that, and I said to myself, why am I feeling anxious? And it was because I feel like I was putting people on a pedestal, and I was like, why am I putting people on a pedestal? Because I didn't feel good enough about myself, and that's a very common thing. A lot of people won't have that level of self-belief, self-confidence. So what I did with that then is repetition, just telling myself, I'm enough, I'm good. And just
like saying it like in the mirror or something, or just saying it
not
to
in
yourself?
the mirror, but just in my brain.
Oh, mad.
And you start to believe things enough.
When they're said a lot more.
When you say them
the brain
enough.
works.
And then once you start slipping into that belief and actually believing you're good, now I'm at God level, bro. I think I'm joking. But once you're at that level, then it starts to manifest itself. So once you start to believe it, and you will believe it if you say it to yourself enough, it's incredible what the human mind can do and the things, have you ever convinced yourself of a lie that you know is a lie?
Yeah.
Loads of people, everyone's done it.
Yeah.
You can
you can literally explain how it's so true.
You can rewire. You can rewire.
Is this a random person?
You can rewire your brain to do the same thing and just trick yourself into believing it. It's a fake it till you make it sort of thing. But repetition of the words that will solve the problem at an underlying level.
Okay.
That's the summary. That's the summary.
That's advice.
Try it.
I mean, when it comes to even being anxious, obviously, maybe a third step that we haven't really thought of, or we haven't explicitly said as a solution, is therapy. For that being said, like, obviously, not everybody can access that, but if I'm going to break it down into two. Access, and be able to consistently go to.
It's expensive.
It is, but a lot of expensive processes can end up being quite okay.
True so.
So, like, obviously with therapy, I haven't been able to go just yet, but I've always planned, and I'm saying it here because I'm going to make it happen. I will go at some point. I would say right now, if someone asked me, like, how am I doing, the typical, how's your mental? It's a good question, but you know what I mean? Like, that kind of question. I'd say I was good. But doesn't mean I don't know. Doesn't mean I know everything about myself. So I'm still gonna go and do X, Y, Z. No, but the thing is, like, why would you not take advantage of something? At least there's that. There's paying for it with a clinical psychologist. Maybe not clinical. I'm thinking about
it is clinical psychologist.
Oh, right, okay. Well, psychologist, clinical psychologist, whichever. And there's what I'm doing now, which is journaling. And obviously, I've been screaming about that to you. That's why you smiled. I absolutely love. I love that afterwards. Writing it is going to be a bit difficult, to be fair. But, like, I love writing it afterwards. Like, I love journaling because you literally learn so much about yourself. It's insane.
And that's what therapy is.
That is what therapy is. Yeah, exactly.
And once you know the controls to, like, an Xbox.
But you can flip R1, L1,
exactly.
and break the game.
I think a lot of people struggle with identity as well. And that
knowing who they are, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that links in with understanding your thought process, your reactions, how you deal with X, Y, Z situations.
What's your identity?
My identity.
Oh, let's say, because I don't think I have the identity I want to present. I don't think I have it right now.
Okay.
But I know who I want to be.
Okay.
So what I'd say is, like, one thing I did in my lovely never to be seen journal.
Can I see it?
If you want it, to be fair, you might know a fair bit about it already.
I'll show you mine.
Fair play.
Journal swap.
Twins. We're cutting that out. No, I'm playing. Look, when it comes to that anyway, like, I think the identity I want to possess is based on attributes that I want to have. So, open and honesty, generosity, being connected.
Yeah.
Obviously, those are all general and vague, but because it's my own personality, I've detailed it more. If I had the book, I would probably read it out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What I'd say is that the more able you are to figure out who you want to be, the more easy you can work towards
100
that personality
100.
that you want to possess.
100. It's knowing. Half the battle's knowing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's so easy to just amble through life and not process anything, especially in this day and age, just scrolling on TikTok. I don't know why I said TikTok. Like, processing shit. No one does it anymore. It's just we live life on fast mode.
Well, attention spans are so low. No wonder things are going fast.
Yeah.
And that is because of TikTok.
So well done if you made it this far.
Yeah, if you made it this far, well done, because
we've got some more juicy shit coming up.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually...
Patience. No, but for real though, like, I remember talking to you about it because I'm one of those guys who was too mature to get the app. For myself, at least, on a personal level. Yeah. So, from a guy who isn't as mature as I am, what do you think was Wait, how do you think it actually affected you? Because genuinely, I would only know how Instagram affected me, not TikTok.
TikTok?
Yeah, how
How
TikTok
it affected me?
Yeah.
Oh, it just fries your brains, like brain spam. Like, bro, it's... No, like, even a week on it, it's so addictive. So addictive. It's just dopamine hit, dopamine hit, dopamine hit, context change, context change. Like, if you want to get anything productive done in your life, delete TikTok because it just completely rewires your short circuit of dopamine. Because you're never
Explain what you gotta.
Okay,
not
so-
everyone's gonna be clued up. Or maybe they'll know a little bit. You want to make a point clear.
So, your brain wants dopamine, yes. It's designed to do that. Sorry, I thought it was this line.
No, you should have said that.
Delayed gratification, all the difficult things in life, going to the gym, getting a nice body, or working to that new rise in your job, they all require some form of delayed gratification, delayed release of dopamine, right? So when your brain works on a dopamine bias, it will always suggest the things that you want that are easiest to achieve that dopamine hit, if that makes sense. That's why TikTok's so addictive. It's always going to go for the easiest, cheapest way to...
Maybe it should be deep. That's why I bought chocolate. Like,
is it?
Like, I just felt the tiniest bit hungry. I could wait until dinner, innit?
Yeah.
Because we probably might grab lunch after or wait till we get home.
Yeah.
But I literally just grabbed chocolate because I felt like, oh, I need to eat something.
That's what it is, and we all know what it is.
Yeah.
But it's just, if you eliminate that and do the dopamine detox, is what they call it, your brain...
Oh, right. Is that actually... I've genuinely
it's
never heard of that.
Your brain will search for other ways to achieve dopamine. And if you eliminate TikTok, eliminate Instagram, all that good shit, it will go to the harder to source forms of dopamine, which are usually the more productive forms of dopamine.
Oh, getting down doing your work, going to the gym, whatever you might do.
So if you're...
Okay.
There you go.
I mean, shit. Again,
Shit,
easier
man.
said than done. But I think it's just a consistency thing.
100%.
Like, and consistency is, well, it's fucking...
It's everything.
It's everything and the most difficult thing possible. I can't even be consistent with this. Like, it's hard. It's hard. Not because of laziness, but just because, like, just things are just really hard to get done. Like, and if I told you what I want to do in a day, like, if I said, because obviously, like, we write kind of daily kind of goals and stuff, like, well, not goals, but things we want to do in this day. Like, a to-do list more like.
Yeah, to-do list.
So, if I say, oh, I want to read a book for 45 minutes, somebody will look and be like, I'm going to read a book for 45 minutes. What the fuck's he playing at?
Yeah.
But when I tell you, when you've gone on Instagram for 15, you watch this for 30 minutes, and I'm sure everyone will understand what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
When you've done those things,
It
is hard. I don't want to read that book.
No.
Fuck that book.
No, exactly.
Like,
so what's the solution? You delete the Instagram, you delete the TikTok, but it's so hard, bro.
It's hard. TikTok is just I think a lot of people who are older than me who like, you know, everyone has like some OGs in the game. Like, I don't know, it might be like an uncle or like a
uncle, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. A couple of uncles, a couple of AF uncles out here, man.
uncle, yeah.
Like they've said, like, we've talked about TikTok before. I've talked about TikTok with these people.
Yeah.
And they just say, like, honestly, you gotta put that in the bin.
Yeah. If uncle says it, it's true.
If anything that uncle says is a fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But I mean, it's a fact though, because I think people don't realize that. Imagine, I'm sure there's going to be a study about this. Measure somebody's productivity before having TikTok and going on it for X amount of time a day, and then afterwards.
Yeah, you're
I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
Man,
It'll be a crazy change. But who are we to speak about it?
Bro,
That's what's mad.
We're guilty too. But we all know the answer. It's just about taking action, and you know, it depends what stage you're at of your life. If you really wanna
Get shit done.
If you're cool.
Maybe that's what separates people actually. Because I always think about this. I feel like, you know how we made a joke about how we're being immortal and whatever, like we're gonna live forever, balancing it, but realistically, our time is finite, which is why we've got to make the most of it in present time. So, do you think what separates us from other people is we just care more now?
100%, yeah.
And other people are gonna say, when I get a degree. Although obviously I won't apply to everybody. Some degrees are obviously worth sticking out. And if it's worth sticking out to you, truly, then no one can ever tell you anything.
Yeah, we're not, and especially not ours.
Yeah, exactly. We're not at uni. we're not gonna hate on anybody. But is that what's different about us?
Of course.
Or about anyone else watching this who thinks, oh, you know what? Compared to people I know, I'm doing good. Don't get too gassed though, because you might find yourself slacking. But I'm trying to think like what actually separates us from the rest. Like genuinely, it sounds mad to say, but
that's some ego question.
I'm not trying to say that we're a level above, but
no,
like
I understand.
at least I think the main thing that separates us, maybe let's say, let me word it a bit more.
Answering all the questions.
No, because I'm trying to like put it in a nice way. I don't know.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying. It's and what it is a laser sharp focus on a goal.
Okay.
And something we care about and something we enjoy doing. All the work we do, we technically enjoy. Like, it's not
work.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're never going to work towards a goal that you don't really want.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference, I think. If you had a goal and you didn't want anything else in life and you don't work towards it, well then...
What the fuck are you doing? Yeah, you're an idiot, yeah.
But... Nah, uni's got its place. If people want to party, do all that shit, find a bit of independence.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
The independence, because we can all be a bit more independent.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need people to survive. Others, I just think maybe I'm just slandering uni too much. Although like half our friends are there, and these guys are behind the camera there. But then again, they're doing something that I truly believe is gonna transform into something else. But the thing, it's just mad because I don't know anyone who's come out of you. That's the thing, actually. Now I can sound like I'm more knowledgeable,
right.
Or like less of a dickhead. Right. I don't know anyone who's come out of uni and said that was worth it. Name a guy. Name one guy. But that's actually mad. I've just thought about now. Thank God. Now I sound like less of a prick. Because how does that make sense? And is it?
It's just supply and demand, isn't it?
You think?
Well, yeah, of course it is, because back in the day, if you had a uni degree, that would completely secure you in a very
your life.
job.
Yeah.
But now there's such a surplus of people going to uni and doing very concentrated few degrees that the supply and demand is unmatched. So the supply exceeds the demand. So
demand from businesses for these people and supply of people to the businesses.
Yeah, and that's what value is. Scarcity is value.
Facts.
So
basic economics.
Economics.
Even though you didn't even do it, but yeah.
Did this.
Yeah, you did a little bit here and there, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway.
It's true though.
What else have we got to talk about?
I also want to discuss acting.
Acting?
Because you do it. And we've done it. Obviously, for those who have seen, this is Barry Barnacle. Please, we're not gonna do that.
I'm not actually.
He's not actually a weirdo or racist or.
He wrote the entire script. And Ennis in the background.
Yeah, Ennis in the back. Yeah. You won't see him because he doesn't like to be known as being racist, but he's that kind of guy.
I'm doing my job.
I'm just doing my job.
Saying the word.
Either, of course, you're Barry Barnacle, but obviously that isn't your be all end all.
Yeah.
Tell us more as much as you want, let's say, because obviously there are things you want to keep to yourself, I know that.
Yeah.
About why you like acting, why you think it's right for you. Give us the lowdown. Because I'm sure there's not many actors that I know apart from yourself. So.
Yeah, well, you're getting paid to play pretend.
It's just
what an incredible job. And I love psychology. I love humans. I love characters, and that a lot of that comes into acting, absorbing yourself into a character and truly believing you are that character, and then assessing human psychology as well. Playing pretend for money.
You think it's just an easy way to get peas?
It's not an easy way to get peas. It's an incredibly hard way to... The industry, I was so naive to the industry. I had no idea how hard it is to get. Before I started.
When did you start?
Before I had an agent and everything.
Oh, right, okay. A few months back. You ever go?
Yeah, so I got an agent about 7 months ago.
That's up.
I was so naive to it. I used to think like you just rock up, do a few auditions, here's a job. But no, everything's done via self-tapes now.
Yeah.
So what that means is my agent will say, Luca, can you do this self-tape? Here are the sides. Sides are the information about your character, information about the scene. Here are your sides. Here's the lines. Do it by tomorrow, or do it in 2 days. Like that.
Small time frames.
Yeah, I had to learn like 5 pages in like 2 days.
How do you do that?
Repetition again. I'm a big repetition guy. Just saying it.
Well, repetition is consistency.
Literally.
And consistency is key.
Yeah. So you get given the sides. You have to shoot. So you get a camera. You set up a camera or a phone or whatever. You shoot. Send it off. And for some roles, I know I've been up for roles where there's been like 2,000 other people being put up for one role.
Just a few.
Just a few.
Just a couple in it. Just a handful in it.
So you make it past the next stage. They say, well done, good first self-tape. Now we want a recall. So what happens in the recall, they could send you the same scene with a note. A note is direction from a director. Or they can say, and tell you to do a completely different scene. So then you'll shoot that again.
2 days time frame again?
It depends. A
bit longer because you've done the hard bit now. Oh, the hard bit.
Yeah.
You bypass 1,500 people.
Then you do the recall.
Yeah.
Shoot the recall. If they like that, then it depends if it's for a big thing, but then they could bring you in and they do a screen test or a chemistry test where you'll literally be on set with the other potential characters and they'll just see how your chemistry is and if it lines up and it matches. So there's quite a few steps to go through to get and book the role. This is if it's a regular. If I'm talking about a commercial, they'll send you one self-tape. If it's good, yeah, there you go.
Cool,
But for a regular role in a television show, that's the process that happens.
So in terms of that, like, when it comes to being an actor, do you think, obviously, are you worried at all about, I know you said that you don't have fear of failure.
Yeah.
You might not have said it on this take, but
yeah.
But like, do you not still worry?
No.
That because I'm sure Leo DiCaprio, I don't know his background, but
I have worried, and you do have moments of doubt, of self-doubt. You know, it's against the odds.
Well, yeah, 2000. 1 in 2000 is like.
Well, that's
0.
for a big role, but.
Okay, cool.
It's not an option for me. Failure is not like the end failure of not getting any regular work. It's just not an option.
That's a mad thing to say, you know.
You know, I'm so blessed. I get to wake up 4 days out of the 7 because I work for free.
Yeah.
And just do what I want. Like, not do what I want as in, like, just play Xbox, but I'm waking up early, I'm being disciplined, I'm doing what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
I'm building towards that business with you, acting. I'm loving life. Like, I'm so blessed, honestly.
Well, you sound like a very grateful man right now, my friend. You sound like it.
It's the key, man.
Do you think... were you raised religiously? Random question.
Yes.
So, like, do you think that... Because obviously I'd say I'm trying to be more religious. Spiritual, maybe is a better way of saying it.
Spiritual.
Yeah, I heard Jay-Z say one time that he's not religious, he's spiritual. As in, like, he doesn't... Or maybe it wasn't that exact wording, but he doesn't conform... Not conform, that's the wrong word. He doesn't...
conform.
Yeah, but like...
I know what you mean, conform to one religion.
Yes,
like
he's
Judaism,
not... He's not, exactly, he's not
100%.
Muslim or Catholic.
He just believes there's a higher power.
Yes.
Yes.
So, in that sense, do you think your gratitude ties in with spirituality?
Yeah,
or
100%.
do you think it just... Oh, you do?
100%, yeah.
So you don't think it's just you having a knowledge of the fact you're in this spot right now?
It's
Are you giving it...
It's enabled by the spirituality.
Okay.
So I thank God every day for all the things that I'm grateful for. So I'm not just thanking no one, am I?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm thanking God up there, or up there, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I'm thanking a higher power for what, they blessed me with.
And do you feel...
Sorry.
No, go on.
No, go on.
So, like, when it comes to being blessed with, like, these things...
Yeah.
Like, obviously, a lot of people may recognize... If I said to somebody, are you grateful for what you have? Obviously, they're going to say, yeah. How do you think somebody practices what we're preaching right now? Because we try, which is actually more than nothing already, which is obviously a good thing. But how do you think somebody practices that? Through what they do, through what they say, through what they, how they think.
Lower your baseline for happiness. So, most people will be happy when they get X, Y, Z, or whether that be a new car, a new PlayStation, new Xbox game. If you lower your baseline for happiness to waking up in the morning, being able to speak, talk, breathe, walk, use your fingers, whatever, then you're going to wake up and you've already celebrated something.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good way of thinking about it, actually.
Yeah.
Wake up and celebrate something.
Mornings.
That's actually a really good way of putting it.
Thanks, man.
No, don't worry. For real.
Mornings are so important as well.
Okay.
They set the entire day for me anyway.
Go on.
I think just.
You're a morning person?
No, I'm not a morning.
You're not? I am.
I'm
That's
not.
crazy.
Really?
I'm definitely a morning person. I like getting up. Well, not morning as in like 6, but I'd say I try and get up every day before 9:30.
Yeah.
Regardless of what's going on.
Yeah.
So, but you wouldn't say you're a morning guy?
No, you don't. It's about discipline, isn't it? Because morning.
Or you think it's just better to try and be a morning person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the saying, you ever wake up on the wrong side of the bed?
Yes.
I can't remember, but there was some study that said the first 30 minutes dictate the mood for the rest of the day, or something like that.
Is that so?
Something like that. There's also studies about sunlight in the morning as well. You need sunlight in the morning to regulate your hormonal cycles. It boosts testosterone. I know Andrew Huberman talked about that. So getting out as early as you can in the morning to get
Getting out of bed or out of the house?
Out of bed into outside. It regulates your...
Oh, mad. Actually stepping outside of your door?
Yeah.
Oh, mad.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
What?
Huberman.
When I read it, I've actually never heard of him before.
Yeah, I sent you a podcast of this.
Yeah, send me a...
Yeah, I'll send it.
Well, the world has changed anyway. I mean, right now, everything's a bit up in arms.
Yeah.
Because I was even talking to one of my colleagues at work was talking about like energy, cost of living crisis. I mean, do you think? Well, actually, you know what? This is a simple question, and I hope it doesn't end on a bleak. I hope it doesn't end in a bleak way, but I'm just curious to ask because I like seeing people's perspectives. Do you actually think like we're all doomed or like we're all fucked? Because G said it, where he was talking about relationships. Let's talk about...
Relationships are an interesting one.
Relationships are an interesting one. Do you think we're doomed in general?
In general?
I mean, obviously, it's a big question.
It's a big question.
There's a lot of factors to it. Do you think we're doomed?
I love that question. Here's a TikTok clip for you.
Okay.
Are we all doomed? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We are. We are and we aren't. I think a lot of people are waking up to it. I do see a shift in momentum backwards in that there's the big push of wokeness.
Yeah.
That's quite symbolic of how we're moving as a society, in terms of doomedness. There is a push backwards on that. So give me some more specifics. Like, are we doomed in terms of
do you think
what?
our generation is doomed because of TikTok, for example? Or social media?
It's going to fuck a lot of people up, for
Okay.
sure. But I see that as an advantage.
To step on everybody else's competition.
I'm sorry, but it does.
No, it's a cutthroat world, bro.
When people,
you can't be doing nothing out here.
Exactly. When people say, "Oh, society's so bad, like it's so fucked," the only thing that really impacts me negatively is relationships. The rest of it, my competition is on TikTok. My competition is on Instagram, and if
my competition is getting fucked economically the same way
Yeah.
that I am. Also,
if you want to talk economics,
no, but that's another point as well. Actually, I've never thought about
the
that.
mortgage rates, it's not looking
Energy
good.
bills,
Not
whatever.
looking good, bruv.
What is it?
Not looking good, bruv.
That actually makes sense, though.
Yeah,
So you're trying to see it as more of an opportunity than focus on the fact that
100%.
we're all on a boat,
Yeah,
but who's gonna get out and swim to shore?
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, no, that's how I see it. And I really, if you can
Manipulate that position.
Yeah, manipulate that position and get in the speedboat that's attached to the side of the boat that's do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's symbolic.
Then you're chilling.
Yeah.
This just relationships, it could be a little hiccup, but I still think there's good girls out there, good guys, LGBTQ plus I.
Thanks, brother. Not even get cancelled out here.
No, we don't. No, we're.
Yeah.
But I think there is still good girls out there as well. So, there's good guys out there that aren't being sucked into it, and I think that if anything, that will provide more value to them.
When do you rate you hope to? Obviously, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
And you've got to focus on yourself. We're not all fucked. Don't make that one of the important moments. But obviously, we're all fucked to an extent. But you mentioned about there being good people out there and relationships being...
There's definitely
of course.
good people out there.
When would you want to meet X person?
Okay. At this point in my point in my life. It's grind phase, isn't it? It's so cringy, but it's grind phase. It's time for me to knuckle down, and really. But I just don't have time, bro. Like, the weeks are flying by. Like, I'm so busy.
I can't believe it's October, to be honest.
I know, it's mad.
Yeah.
And you're the same. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. Like, if things had continued with this girl, then...
Who knows?
It might have thrown me off track. It really might have.
So whenever you think the time is right, you'll know. For love.
When I'm at the top, that's when I can chill out.
That's a beautiful note to end it on. All right, brother. I appreciate having you on.
Of course, man, of course.
Thank you guys for tuning in. What do you say? Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. Please. More on the way.
Yeah.
Potential second or third skit coming up very soon. But we're going to try and put that into a plan. On that note, sayonara, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.